Okay guys, I'm going to do a video today again on this new tweak that MT's done, but I'm going to do it a little differently to how I normally do it. I have heard people in the room who are, struggling or lapsing in the case of Kev Anthony, who was doing great a couple of weeks ago. Probably got into some bad habits, and Rocky in particular. Rocky's been here 3 years, and it must be very vexing, very galling for him that somebody comes in and nails it on day one, within the first week. The problem I think with some people is that they are perhaps too intelligent, really. Sorry to say it, Rocky, I know you've got a degree in that, but sometimes that can work against you because you're over analysing things, you're you're thinking too much about it, and that, as I say, that's probably working against you. So what I've decided to do, guys, I've decided to put this in a step-by-step plan. Okay, and you want to print this out or make a copy of this plan, and each time you're looking for a trade, this is the procedure you should follow. Okay, so I'll just show you what it is. Okay, right, so step by step plan. Number one, look for 5-minute signals. Yellows are the best, but others perform with golden ticket setups. I'm going to go through all this and show you what I mean in the video. Okay, I'm just giving you this now so you can perhaps maybe make a copy of it or what have you. Number two, analyze 1 and 4 charts to identify golden ticket setups. So you've spotted a 5-minute signal, then go and analyze the 1 and 4 hour charts, right? Also on that, you need to consider when a signal has done its job and what that means. Okay, again, I will go into detail on that in the video. Then, step 3, you check the 15 and 30-minute charts for BB band and orange line bounces. That's self-explanatory, but again, I will go into it in more detail in the video. And of course, number 4, enter trades with momentum. All right. By following these steps, when looking for every setup trade, you will eliminate the human error of over-analysis. Basically, thinking too much, right? And just for you, GG, as you can see in this video, even ranging markets adhere to the golden ticket rules. Again, I will show you that in the video. Okay, well, let's get to it then. Right, the first one, and this is one that GG really should pay attention to. This was the ranging market of Thursday, and the video does go a bit blurry a bit later on, guys, but you can still see what's happening, so we'll be okay with that. Okay, right, so as I say, step 1, look for 5-minute signals. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward until we come up upon these 5-minute signals, because these particular ones, especially on this recording, because it does range quite often, pretty much throughout the day. Okay, and we'll analyze each 5-minute signal as it comes through. Okay, so let's see if I can find one. Right, 5-minute signal GU here. Okay, same on the EU here, you see them, right? So you've got your 5-minute signals. Now then, straight over to the 1 and 4s, analyze what golden ticket setup it is. Alright, GU, nothing on the 1 hour, you've got a 4-hour signal here, right? So for those of you that don't know, and I do say this in all of my videos, right, a 4-hour signal will almost always take price to the 1 hour orange line. See it there? Okay, if you've got an 8 hour, it will almost always take price to the 4 hour orange line. Okay, so we now have on the GU in particular here, GU's a bit messy on the 1 and 4s, so perhaps leave that one alone. But at the moment on the GU we have a number one here, on the golden ticket setting up. It's not quite ready yet. Right, as you can see, momentum's against us at the moment, and it's not finished its down move, but it's setting up. It's setting up. Okay. Step 3. Look where we are. Well, on the 30-minute, there's a band flip up there, which I know BR and people like them. Possibility that this is going to go up. Okay, it's another tick for this possible trade. All right. 15, we're in the middle of nowhere, but again, you know, you've got quite a few wicks on here, so this is a sign of a ranging market. Wicks, you know, because price has gone one way and then it's gone the other way, it's gone back the other way, and so on and so on. All right. So we're going to fast forward, right? Because you shouldn't be in this trade yet, right? Because at the moment all you've got is a 5-minute signal with a 4-hour red. Okay, you need a bit more than that. All right, we've got pretty much the touchdown here. So the way to look at this at the moment is that these two signals are against you. All right, but in a range, in any market, you're looking at BB, the BB band bounces and orange line bounces as being a signal. Okay, BR has been saying that for months. You know, pretty much all of his videos will tell you that it's pretty much a signal. Okay, so we've got this 5-minute signal here. I suspect price will come down a bit further, and then, you know, this signal may disappear and come back on another candle. Okay, so let's try, and I have to try and fast forward, guys. It'll be here forever otherwise. Right, again, you've got your 5-minute signal here. Let's have a look. Yes, number 1 setting up. No, this 4-hour signal wants to take price to here. Okay, so I think that price is this BB band here, 89 or what have you. So there's at least a 10-pip trade in here on this signal. Okay, what we want now is momentum. Okay, you've got this trade. It's looking as though it's going to go up now. It's a number 1 on the golden ticket. What will probably happen is this will hit the orange line here, come back down again, and then start to go green again. If it does that, then it's going to burst through this orange line, you see, on the 5-minute chart. Okay, and here as well, it'll burst through this one. All right, so number 1 trade. And I've got to say about these yellows, guys, I have been so impressed with them. So impressed with them. If you remember the old days, the old charts, and you've taken the GU up, let's say you were taking a GU up here. Okay, you'd have signals pointing down here, right? And you'd be thinking, oh, it's going back with a trend. And it'd be so off-putting. You were lost. You know, you had so many signals saying down, 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 and look what happened, it just continued on up. And the basic fact about these now is that you're more focused now. You're pushed towards looking at the actual longer term setup, and when you get that, the fact that the direction, like I say, this is a number 1, so it's going up off this yellow arrow. When you understand, right, that okay, there's nothing against me here, I can take this up, then you've got to be more confident. And as I say, I'm well impressed with these yellows. In particular, the yellows work really well on a ranging day. Okay, so let's see how this trade panned out. As soon as momentum flashes, really, you should be in on this. Okay, and I cannot see if momentum's flashed, guys. I can't see the numbers on it. That looks red there, yeah, so yeah, there you go, would have been in red momentum. Your analysis is good, it's a number 1 trade. The 4-hour signal says that price is going to this orange line here, right, on the 1 hour, so there's at least a 10-pip trade in there for you. Okay, don't worry if it comes down like this a bit against you, don't worry about that, don't panic, think it's going back down with the trade, with the trend, which in all honesty is not a perfect trend anyway, but you can see for the last 4 or 5 hours here it's not really gone anywhere. Yeah, right, so let's fast forward a bit. There you go. See, it came down to here. There's a wick here, so it came down to here. But that, again, if you didn't like the first setup here, okay, you could have waited for that to come back down to here and then entered. You know, I wouldn't worry now. I would have probably been in, you know, from the moment this went green, because of this signal. Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's fast forward, because as I say, this is a ranging market, this one. It ranged all day. There are other trades I can look at, like the GCAD and you know, the UCAD, the EU, but I want to just primarily focus on what we saw on the GU. And basically the idea of today is to get you to follow that step-by-step plan, right? Because once you say right to yourself, right, okay, I've got a 5-minute signal, what do the 1 and 4 say? What does the 15 and 30 say? You know, have I got momentum? Yeah, good trade. You know, that if you get into that, you'll just have the one habit then. You know, BR talks about habits all the time, but I can imagine that someone like Rocky or Kev Anthony's seeing things that other people are putting and not following the same thing. You know, my trading, guys, over the last 3 years has been virtually identical, apart from the, you know, the amount of pips I take. I've always done orange line bounces or MAs at the time, you know. I've always done BB off the BB bands, which, you know, the purple lines, as you know. So my actual plan, my procedure has never really altered. It's been tweaked, you know, but it's never really altered. And I can imagine there's a lot of people in the room that are like up and down, or looking at what Anissa's put, looking at what BR's put, excuse me, Hugo's put, and so on and so on. And I think that's how you know, a lot of people are getting lost at the moment. So basically, this step-by-step plan should help a lot of you. Okay, we're going to fast forward, guys, because I don't want to make this video like the last one. It was huge. Again, you know, you could have said, right, okay, then I've taken the train, I've got out here, right? But this, to me now, you still got the 4 hour, right? You still haven't touched the 1 hour orange line. So even if, you know, you've got caught in here and you're still in and you're still down a few pips, I wouldn't worry, because for me this is still going to go up, okay? Because that 4 hour signal has not taken price to the 1 hour orange line. All right. But again, yeah, what you would have done when you've taken that, you'd have taken your pips, and then you will look for another entry, you know, below this orange line. Perhaps, maybe it might come back to here and look for the entry again to the upside. Okay, I don't think it'll come back to here. I think it'll, you know, go up. Okay, fast forward in again, and there you go. Look, you see, you know, this is what they do. This is what they do, because that 4 hour. God, who's that? BR, I think. Hasn't touched the 1 hour orange line yet. So that 4 hour signal hasn't done its job yet. Okay, basically that's what they do. There you go. Look, you got another signal, so you would have had another entry there. If you'd have got out here, you would have had another entry there, somewhere there. Okay. Come on, let's get to the top, because I want to show you them. Right, now look at the ones. You've got all flashing 1 hour. So we're going to touch this orange line here. Right, and then when we touch that orange line there, we'll run through the procedure again. Right, okay. And I'll just explain a couple of things about, you know, number 2 on the step-by-step plan. Come on, let's get to the end of this trade. Yeah, we're getting close now. Getting close now, because you can see, look here. Right, so the 4 hour signal, because there's no 8 hour, which means that the 4 hours not going to the orange line. The 4 hours taking price to the 1 hour orange line. So if we get a signal down now, we might, in fact, I think this particular one now, we don't get a 5 minute signal down. Okay, I think it just goes, but it goes with a signal on the HA. Now this is entirely up to you whether you you know, use the HA charts or the 5-minute charts, or you know, I'm going to pause that for a minute, right? Because your analysis is still good. You know, you've touched the 1 hour orange line. The 4 hour signal has done its job, basically. So if this goes down now, then without a signal, then you can say, yeah, okay, my analysis is that the 4 hour signal did its job, and we're now going back down. Okay. Fast forward a little bit because I know it goes here. At 10 o'clock it goes. Obviously, then, you know, the good news for the dollar. News out at 10. Let's get right on it. Right, there you see. Right, I'm going to pause again now. Look, we hit the orange line here. Let's just see if I can just get back a touch to when that 1 hour signal appears. Right, okay guys, right, this is something I want to mention. I'm going to run it right here now. There, stop. Okay, you've not got a signal. Okay, so step one, you could say, oh well, I can't look, I can't move on to step two, okay, which is analyze the long terms. But you know, sometimes you've just got to, I mean, it's bang on. Every hour you should look at the 1 and 4s anyway, because you're getting a new candle. Okay, so you know, at the hour, always look over here anyway. Okay, but so we'll look and we'll say, right, there is a signal. I think there's a signal on the HA charts, appears anyway. But let's give this a few more seconds before we. Right, come on. Right, okay, momentum, look, momentum, DX, right, correlation, alright, so now you should be looking at the 1 hour. You've got a 1 hour signal down, the 4 hour signal here did its job. It took price to the orange line. So effectively, when you now analyze the 1 and 4s, okay, you should say that this signal's done its job. It is now not there. It is not there. Okay, it's not there. Analyze the charts. Number one with the trend. You've got a 1 hour down. Okay, I'll leave it to run a couple of seconds, but that's the way I analyze these. I know some people say to me, yeah, but how do you read that, you know, one against the other? Well, I always consider that the 4 hours done its job for now, right, by hitting the orange line on the 1 hour. Then if we get a 1 hour down, that then takes over, because this signal has done its job for now. I'm not saying it won't come back, and it does come back, right? It does get involved again a bit later on, but at the moment this 1 hour takes precedence, okay, because the 4 hour did its job. Alright, so then we go and look at the other charts. Is this playing? I can't remember. Right, it's playing. Or is it? Right, there's your arrow on the HA chart. Okay, let's have a look at these. You've gone through here, it's retesting here now, going back down to this orange line here. At this point, the 1 hour, the fact that this is a number one on the golden ticket is good enough. You know, you don't always have to say, oh well, I can't read the 15-minute, I can't read the 30-minute, so I'm going to stay away from this. You've got a 1 hour signal down, alright, after the 4 hours done its job. This is a number one. In my opinion, it's a number one. Okay? Alright, so we'll fast forward. That's how I would analyze that you know, particular setup. Even though there was no signal down on the 5 minutes, there was one on the HA. But again, it's all down to that 1 hour signal. Okay, so let's fast forward and see if we can get to another decent setup. There you go. Right, see, it did an half decent job. Okay, half decent job. Right, now then, what do we do now? Okay, again, we've got a 5-minute signal. Right, so let's analyze the charts. Okay, 1 hour's come down pretty much to, you know, where the bottom of these candles are anyway. Would I now say that the 4 hours kicking in again? Quite possibly. That is what I'm looking for now, guys. The 4 hour to kick in again, because for me, the 1 hour coming to the base of all these candles here has done its job. Okay, it's done its job. Even though it stays there, right, the fact is that it's done its job, and you've got a 4 hour now that could kick in again. Okay, so this is how I would look at it. 5-minute signal, right, wait until we get momentum. Okay, obviously it's all against us at the moment, so it's coming down further, right, so we just wait, but again, if you look what happened here, at what price, pretty much the same price. This might come down a bit more, and then I would think we're going back up again. Okay. Excuse me. So let's just have a drink, guys, because my throat's a bit dry. Right, yeah, it's still here. Alright, again, analyse this chart and this chart. Well, your 4 hours still there, that's not gone anywhere. 1 hour come down a bit more, it might come to this BB band before it goes back up again. I don't think it does, but it might do. Okay, so what I'm watching for now is, look, because it's a ranging market, right, look what's happened. Bouncing off the BB band here, pretty much bouncing off it here, it's a wick there, pretty much bouncing off it there. You've got a 5-minute signal, we've got a 4 hour signal. The 1 hour, in my opinion, now has done its job. So for me now, if momentum flips, this signal is going to kick in, right? And this could disappear. This 30-minute could disappear. What you should bear in mind as well is you've still got the 4 hour with you as well. Okay. So to me now, we're looking to go up again with the 4 hour. This 5-minute signal, and the fact that these two BB bands have been touched. Okay, the only way I would consider taking this down now, guys, is if this went red yellow, right, because that's the only thing that would push price on this 1 hour candle through this BB band. And if you look there, there's just hardly any space between the bottom of the candle there and the BB band, so the only thing that will push that through is a red yellow signal. Okay, should we fast forward a bit? I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible. And there you go, look, you see, you obviously got green momentum, yeah, green there. I think the DX looks red, so yeah, you know, this was your entry again, momentum. Alright, so let's fast forward again. Yeah, you see, and now look at the 1 hour. Look, oh, big wick there, big wick there. Alright, fast forward again, and this is the ranging market that GG said he struggles with. But again, it does. Every market that you see adheres to that golden ticket, right? Because if you get a 5-minute signal, and as I say, these bloody yellows are awesome, right? Just go and check your 1 and 4s. That's the second stage, right? When you've done that, look on your 13, 15s. Look at that there. It did disappear as well, and look what it did. It bounced right off the BB band there, and the same there. It bounced off the BB band. Okay. Now then, this 1 hour has gone back up to here. So what we're going to be looking for is a signal down, and then we'll run through the steps again. Okay, so let's get up there a bit more. I think it goes up a bit more, this. Yeah, momentum's still red on DX, still getting green. Right, okay. get to the end of this, I want to see the red signal, and then we'll analyse it. Right, okay, let's pause that there. Yellow signal, right, yellow signal. I know you've got two there, but where are you? You're not going to buy to take this up based on that white when you're at the top of the BB band. So the signal to trust there is that one, okay, because that's the one, because you're going to sell at the top of the BB bands, aren't you? You're not going to buy at the top of the BB bands. That's just plain stupid. Okay, so let's do the analysis. The 1 hour went back up to the orange line. Okay, so the 4 hour did its job again. Okay, it did its job again. It took price back up to the orange line on the 1 hour chart, and we are now getting what would you call it, a number one again, because you would say again that this signal, I mean, some people call them a number two, but you've got a signal there, so for me that's a number one. Okay, this signal's done its job, so you just ignore that chart now, that the fact that that signal's there, okay, and you look at this signal again. Okay, so this is a number one, a trending number one. Well, if you can call it a downtrend, it's more than that. In fact, to me, this is, you know, probably not a trend really when I look at this. Anyway, we're getting off track there, right? So we've got the 5 minute signal again. We look at the other charts. There's nothing showing on there. Not really. It's just gone through there. But for me, it's the bounce off the 1 hour orange line again with a 1 hour signal there. Getting momentum into the trade. Okay, you've even got a HA signal there. DX is green, so yeah, good to go. Alright, let's go. Get to the end of this trade, and there you go. Look what happened. You come all the way down here again, and then you start getting another signal to the upside, and you know, this is pretty much there, if you look at the price, where this one bounced last time. Alright, okay, so again, do we trust this one? Well, you're bouncing off the orange line here, sorry, the BB band here, and pretty much off the BB band on the 15. Momentum, guys. Happy hour as well. Just one other thing I need to mention about it, but just let me tell you again that that is a number one again, because the 4 hour now could kick in again. Okay, you look at the 1 hour and you say, well, has it done its job? Pretty much touched the BB band again. Okay, so yeah, it's a number one to the upside. Alright, it might come down a bit more before going up, but this is one of the reasons I have a 15 pip stop loss, because if I did get in there, you know, it might come down a bit more here, it wouldn't worry me. Alright, but just let me explain something. There is an unwritten rule in trading that the more that price nudges up against a certain level, the higher the chance is of it eventually going through that. So let's say, you know, like you've seen on the GU 1 hour here, it's come up, been rejected, then it's come up again, been rejected, then it might come up again the next time and it might burst through, but the chances are higher that it will burst through that level. You understand? Right, okay. Just thought I'd let you know that, by the way. Alright, so let's fast forward again. Still looking at that GU. I've not even mentioned the EU, although there hasn't been any yellows on the EU, and you know, the one looks a bit, you know, these wicks here. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Again, it's trying to go. You might get another signal actually here. I'll set this up again. Look at, you can tell it's ranging. Look at this: green, red, doji, red, green, red, green, green, red, green, red, doji. It's you know, and wicks all over this show. That's another you know, thing to look for. That will tell you it's ranging. And by God, look at it. You know, the signals up, down, up, down. It's going to go up. You know. yeah, so they're the things to watch for range of markets. But again, I know GG says he always struggles on this type of market, but if you'd have just followed this basic, golden ticket here, number ones or number twos, in this case it's been mainly number ones, if you'd have read that these signals have done the job. Okay, so they've worked. Alright, so fast forward again. Yeah, again, you did get another signal, but even so, well, it's just they're beautiful. I'm in love with these yellows, guys, truly. Excuse me. And you tend to find them when price is doing this, ranging. Again, look at the EU, look. Yellow up to here. Alright, another yellow up to here. There's a yellow coming here now. Do I trust that? It's happy hour. Not so sure I trust that. And you're still in a number one trade anyway. Okay. Let's fast forward. Yellow. Look, yellow here. Do we trust this? Well, let's have a look. Tell it. Step 2. Look at the 1 and 4's 4 hour, touching the 1 hour orange line again. Again, just remember what I said before. Sometimes, they nudge up and then burst through. If it does, then basically all it's going to do is go to this orange line here on the 4 hour, probably the BB band on the 1 hour. Okay, because it's happy hour, I would be a little more wary of taking a trade, just based on what we've just been through there. Alright, again, look at these here. Touch off the BB band, touch off the BB band. This could go up to this BB band and then just drop with this signal. Would I take this now? Probably not. Probably not, to be careful. This 5 minute signal, again, we've nudged up here. You're at happy hour. Even if it wins, it could be one of them that wins this time and not next time. Alright, so anyway, we'll have a look and see what happened. Yeah, and you see it's going up, signal disappeared, and that's pretty much because it was in the happy hour, I think. And based on the fact that this now, this signal now wants to go to here. Alright, I might be wrong, but let's have a look. No, yeah, look, so again, now you should be thinking, well, that's nudged up a couple of times there, found rejected, but this time it's broke the 1 hour orange line. So the next stop for the 4 hour signal will be the 4 hour orange line, and the 1 hour BB band. So that's when you should be looking then to take this down. So look, boom, touched it. Yeah, well, you see the wick there, it went up to 95. In fact, I'm going to just backtrack a bit on that. Look, can you see the wick there? That's where it went up. And then look at this signal, do your analysis. Step 2 there, BB band, touch the 4 hour. Do you trust this signal? This would be a very good trade, because the 4 hour signal's done its job. This is now I would say a number 2, right, because it is more of a downtrend than uptrend, and that signal you've got to say has done its job. Okay, so probable number 2. We've just seen that it does shoot down as well, so we'll fast forward and see. And there you go. Yeah, shut down. That was a definite 10 pip trade there. And look at the EU as well. That was off the BB bands. Well, BB bands on 4 hour. The 4 hour had done its job, took it to the 4 hour BB band, 1 hour BB band. And again, that at some point became a number one because you say that the 4 hour signal's done its job, you know. Alright guys, so that's the first the ranging market. That was the ranging market. That was the Thursday, guys. I want to show you a couple of trades again using this simple step-by-step plan. Not on a more active market. Okay, but again, look, step one, look for 5 minute signals. Yellows are the best. Analyze the 1 and 4s, you know, to identify a golden ticket setup. Check your 15 and 30 for BB bounces and orange line bounces, and then just enter with momentum. Okay, so let's go here. We've just MT actually, you know, didn't record the full session. We missed about the first 20 minutes, and look what we missed. Okay, look what we missed. This glorious, you'd have had this signal here, and again, look how the yellows are performing. They are immense signals, guys. Look, right, so I'm going to analyze these two before we go any further. Yeah, 5 minute signal, step one. 5 minute signal, EU step one, GU step one. Right, go and look at the 1 and 4s. Look what's been happening. Bang, up, bang, bang. Right, you've got a 4 hour signal. Has that 4 hour signal done its job? Well, this here is the candle, and that candle has a wick up to here. Okay, so that had done its, that's where your price would have been. So you would have said, right, the 4 hour signal's done its job because it's took price to the 1 hour orange line. Yeah, so would you have entered this trade with momentum? Yes, you're on the BB bands here, even if that signal wasn't there. Look at the wick there, it's hit the BB band there, no signal, but bang, down. That was a good, well, that is actually, because there's no 1 hour signal down, a number two. Look for trend and bounce off BB bands in direction of trend. Well, you'd say the trend is down there, wouldn't you? 1 and 4s. 15 looks a bit flat, but the 30's down, so yeah, that would have been a number two. Okay, are you worried about this going back up now because you think, oh, it's going back with a number one? No, right, because that's in the middle of nowhere. Right, that's in the middle of nowhere. It's not on the BB band to go back up, but it's just a little, you know, a little push. Don't fall into the trap of taking that up now because you think it's going back up with the 4 hour signal and the 8 hour signal, because it's not. You know, this down move hasn't done its job yet. Look, these signals will kick in again. Eventually this 8 hour signal will take price to the 4 hour orange line. Okay, but not yet. Right, this is the signal on the 5 minute charts, this yellow here that's in control. Okay, EU, let's look at the EU. Step one, you found that 5 minute signal. That had been around about 10 past, I think, quarter past. That 5 minute signal turned up. Where were you? Well, the 4 hour had taken it to the 4 hour orange line here, and look at this. Look at the wick on that. It touched the 1 hour orange line. I'm just going to pause that before we go any further, guys. It touched the 1 hour orange line, so the 4 hour did its job. Okay, took it to the orange line, and then down she went. Okay, alright, so let's fast forward. They were, again, it's very simple once you know how to analyze these excuse me, guys, these charts. Right, so GU, I'm going to leave it to run actually. 5 minute signal up here. Right, let's have a look. Right, well, the 4 hours disappeared. Okay, 1 hour's disappeared. Didn't have a 1 hour. Anyway, there's an 8 hour, so the chances are the 4 hour will come back at some point. Okay, but at the moment, no trade. Not to the upside anyway. Okay, EU, there's no signal. We'll have a look at 1 or 2 of the others. Right, here, this is the kind of just stop that a minute. The kind of market that for me is why the number 3s here. Look for 5 and 15 or 15s, right? Is pretty much the kind of market that, you know, I would use the number 3 golden ticket setup on. Alright guys, you can see, look, when you've got the orange line crisscrossing the yellow line on any chart, that suggests no trend. Right, it's been going nowhere. Look, blur, blur, blur. It's gone up. Look at all these wicks on the 1 hour. Look at the 4 hour. It's come down the orange line. It's gone flat along it, and it's just going up a bit, down a bit, up a bit, down a bit, up a bit. I know you've come up here, but that's a massive wick. You know, and then there's another wick down here. All right, so it's, and I mean, look at the daily. It's just, I know there are trades in there. Okay, it's just what do you read as the setup? And basically, there's no trend, there's no nothing. It's just a matter of, you know, this is where I think the 5-minute yellows would be really, really good on the BB bands. You know. So anyway, let's fast forward and get to the end of this GU trade. Right, again, let's have a look. We've got a 5-minute signal here. 5 minute on the EU. Have we got anything? GU. Oh, we're on the BB bands. We're on the BB bands 1, 4 and 8, but the 8 hours disappeared. Now this is still down for me. If you look on the daily, this could come to the, you know, this purple band here. It could come to that. You just cannot at the moment take that based on the fact that you're on BB bands. You need something more. Everything's against it at the moment. I know you're getting momentum, but this could just come up to here and then just go pfft. You know, the kind of, this is the kind of time, right, where I would take the second move. Right, so basically what I mean by that is that let this signal do its job. It might go to this orange line, come down again off the orange line, right, and then you might either get another signal or it might start to go up then, and if it does, that's like formed what we call a double bottom. Alright, and that's when you know that the down move is done, when you've got this kind of, oh yeah, you know, an up. Alright, so this at the moment, you could take it. I wouldn't, because it's just, I know you've got wicks there. Some people have already won this, probably Hugo, BR, maybe even Anissa, you know. So yeah, so we're gonna focus on 2 on here, right? The GU, right, because this 8 hour keeps coming back, so I think at some point the GU is going to go up, excuse me, and I want to look at the UCAD as well, guys, because of where we are. I know somebody's pointing it out in the room now. Okay, and we'll be looking at that as well. This, basically the UCAD, would be hard to attribute a golden ticket number to it, but what, you know, what it is when you've got all these signals here on the 1 hour, and you know, you're outside BB bands, you're touching BB bands over here. This is a good trade. I took this trade as it happened, and I think it went 30 odd pips eventually. So I'll just point that out, but it isn't a golden ticket trade as such, guys, because it's how do you give that a number, you know. I think it does evolve into a number 1, the 1 hour turns up, but it's pretty much down here. So it's whether you take the initial trade or you wait for it to bounce and then become I'll tell you what I'll do. I will tell you when it becomes a golden ticket trade, and you'll see what I mean then. Alright, so let's fast forward anyway. Video's going to be bloody long if I don't. Okay, so again, that's a similar situation which we saw in the last charts. We've got one signal taking it up and one taking it down. Which do you trust? Don't be buying there, don't be getting into the upside there, that's crazy. Okay, right on the BB bands here, right on the BB bands here, right on the BB bands here. You know, daft. If anything, you should be looking for downs on this now, but we're not going to take it yet because it's not a golden ticket trade, even though I knew this was a good trade. I'll show you what happens. It comes, it bounces off the 5 minute, drops through, then it comes down here, bounces off the 15 minute and then drops through. Alright, and I'll show you that soon. Right, GU, there you go. You see what happened on the GU, came back to the 5 minute orange line and then down again. That's basically because there was nothing telling us that we had a number one that was ready. Okay, we know this is going to go up. You're getting yellows to say this is going to go up. You're on the BB bands here, you're on the BB bands here, you're on the BB bands here. This is going to go up. You just need to maybe now. Yeah, I mean you've gone up, you've hit this, now it's come down again. If it goes up and breaks this orange line, then you know that's when we'll start looking. Okay, I'm going to fast forward again, guys. This video is going to be a long one. Yeah, you see, look, just shot down again. It's just not ready. It's just not ready yet, guys. Okay, you've got a 1 hour blue here. I prefer them there. 4 hour blues, they really perform. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to keep fast forwarding. Okay, you might now look at this. Okay, let's go and have a look. Is it a number one yet? No, that on its own is not enough. You know, against this, if that disappeared, if the 30 minute signal disappeared, you know, we got started getting some green momentum, then you could consider that a number one. But I don't like using the blues alone on the 1 and 4s. Okay, we're also approaching 10 o'clock, and there's usually news out at 10. So, oh, look at this now. You can. Yellow and then a green. So it's going to bounce here. It's going to eventually fall through that line. Then it's going to come down to this orange line, bounce, and then fall through that line. Okay, and that when that 15 minute signal appears, it bounces off it. That, you know, I think a 1 hour signal down appears at that point. We'll fast forward to that anyway. Right, yeah, look, see. You know, still got no 15. When the 15 appears, it will push it through that 5 minute orange line. Alright. There you go, look. 15's there. Right, there's that GU move now. It's starting to move. Let's have a look. Right, still nothing really. You are, you know, off BB bands, probably bouncing off that daily BB band as well. But again, what the best time to now consider entering this trade is if, you know, we go through this orange line here and it comes back down a bit, then, you know, you'll probably get another signal up. Even if you don't get another signal up on the 5 minute, what you might get is either a 15, 30, you know, or maybe something on the 1 and 4s, okay, to tell you that it's a number one, and that would be the better time to enter. I mean, I've entered these trades in the past, guys, but you know, it's I'm trying to do this so that you guys have a set procedure to follow, or, you know, a set plan. Okay. Right, we'll fast forward a bit. Oh, what have we got here on the E? Look at this. 30 minute signal. It's very, very, very strong. You've got a 4 hour signal there. Well, this is a very strong trend to the downside, guys. I wouldn't think this will give too much. Maybe this orange line might be better staying away from that one. Okay, look, GU struggling to get through that orange line. Why? It's no signals. There's nothing on far, the 15 or 30, nothing on 1 and 4s to tell you it's gonna, you know, push through that orange line there. UCAD, lovely. Told you that was gonna happen. Bounced off there and then through. 15 minute pushed it through there. Okay. And flashing, you see it there, flashing 1 hour down. Okay. The 1 hour down, by the way, where's it going to take price? to this orange line at least here. Okay, so again we'll fast forward. I've got to be honest with you guys, these yellows have well impressed me. I mean, look at this G-cab that we said that was, you know, number 3s. Look, you know, even if you didn't have the 15-minute, look at that. What is it? 60. That's a 91 to 67, and it's still going down, right? So that's a good 30. Is it 30 pip move, guys? 20 odd pip, something like that. You know, and that's why I'm impressed with them. Like, you know, they're awesome. Honestly, this tweak, I think, once you understand it, I don't think you can lose. Once you, if you follow this procedure, basically this plan, this schedule, whatever you want to call it, if you follow it and you do that every single day, I don't think you're going to get any losing trades. Once you've learned how to read the 1 and 4s, I don't think you can have losing trades. Okay, there's your bounce there off that. I'm going to have to, you know, I keep yapping on, don't I? It's just going to be so long, this bloody video. Okay, get to the point where, right, here we go, you see the GU's come down again, right, because it never got a 15, never got a 30, never got a 1 hour or a 4 hour up. Okay, so it never got over the 5-minute orange line. But this now is what I was talking about before. You see how it comes down once and then it comes down again, and it's been rejected here, rejected here. The chances are, you look at the wicks here, okay, you took some BB bands there, chances are that this is going to go up. The chances are greater that this is going to go up now. UCAD's going to carry on down, by the way. This is just bouncing here off this orange line. Alright, you had a flash in 1 hour. For me, this will go up a bit and then drop through, and maybe you get a 30-minute or the 1 hour comes back. Okay, let's fast forward. And again, there, you see, look at the GU, sorry, look, you got a 15, you got a 30. Alright, there's nothing on the 1 and 4s yet, but you broke the orange line. You're going to come back, retest it now. Green momentum would be a good time to enter that trade to the upside. Again, that signal's taking price to this orange line. Well, probably they are 4 hour blue. 4 hour blue. Okay, followed up. Alright, so we now have this signals back as well. We now have, in my opinion, this is now a number 1. Yeah, 4 hour blues are, especially when you get the help like these supers here. Okay, so you can see how that is that double bottom that I said, you know, and up. That's why I always say, when you've had a big move like this, and some people say, like, you know, oh, it's gone back to here and then it come down there. Yeah, okay, that's once, right? But then when you do it again here, if you haven't won there and this has gone against you, you know, after a big move, you generally go back the other way, you know, and that's what happened. And if you were caught in a trade to the downside here, thinking it's going to carry on down more, you understand. Okay, look at the GU LTs now, guys. These, any trade now to the upside, right? It's going to win. It's going to win because you've got 1, 4, and 8. The 8 hour, right? It might not do it all in one move, but the 8 hour is going to take price on the 4 hour to this orange line here. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward through this because I know what happens over the next course of an hour and a half. Again, we'll watch the UCAD look. Yeah, I traded this a lot, this GU up, based on what I saw here. I think I took 7 or 8 times up and kept coming back to this orange line, take it up, back to this orange line, take it up, back to this orange line, take it up. And did about 140 pips in the next hour. Okay, so let's fast forward. Should you have taken that? You could say that it's not happy hour yet, but you could say the 1 hour touched the orange line, so you could have taken that. I definitely didn't take that. Okay, because to me that setup that was there, that's flashed off, is still there. Okay, I know somebody's pointing it out now, but this for me now is going up. Might come down a bit more here, and I was in green momentum. Okay, we'll fast forward. There you go. Look, you see, that's because that setup, even though it flashed off, was still there. All right, and the reason for this, guys, you've got to look at the 8 hour and say, well, it's not taking price to the 4 hour orange line. Or you've got to look at the 4 hour and say it's not taking price to the 1 hour orange line. It did actually, and then that's what you got, that little jerk back there. But again, this 8 hour is not taking price to the 4 hour orange line, and that's where it's going. And as I'll show you as the video goes on. Moving on again, look at the UCAD, by the way, guys. That then somewhere here would have been your entry if you wanted to be sure, because it's come back, bounced up, and then you did get the 1 hour, and that would have been a number one. Bang, down. Okay, fast forward again, look down to the orange line. In fact, it's pierced it, it's down here, and then bump up. Right. Why do you know that trade was safe when you come in here and it's going to go up? How did you know that was safe? Because that signal there that's being pointed out has not took price to this orange line yet. Okay, so it's still going to go up. I'm fast forwarding now, guys, because again, I would have been in here now, right? As soon as even mom flashes there or there, that's me in. I'm not trusting this to the downside because the 4 hour signal hasn't touched, the 4 hour candle hasn't touched the 4 hour orange line. Alright, it went up again, you can see, went up to there, so that was another winning trade. Carry on again, look, come down and then up, right, and that's because you've got number ones in play and they haven't finished. They haven't done the job. The 8 hour signal's not done its job. Alright, let's get up and on. Just one thing on the UCAD, guys, before we go any further. Look where it took price to. You did get that. Right, look where it took price to. Okay, but that would have been your exit. Once you hit this BB band, even though it went a few more pips down, that would have been your exit, because then that happened. Look, and I think this goes up pretty good again. If you look at the yellows on the well, it became a number one at some point, but if you look at the yellows on the GCAD, even though that one went against you there, depends on what the setup was at the time. You could have left that until it was sure, but then up. Okay, GU, look, bang, up again, still not touched the 4 hour orange line. Okay, a bit messy to see there, and you see about that, what I was saying about the price, guys, the amount, as every time you nudge up against something, it increases the chances that price is going to break through it, and it has done on the 1 hour. I think MB mentioned that he thought price was going to this BB band here, and he was bang on. That's exactly where it's going, because it's going to this orange line here, and that orange line now is about the same price there as that BB band on the 1 hour. Okay, let's fast forward again. There you go. Look, every time it come down at the orange line, it went up, because it's not quite touched this 4 hour yet. Now we're getting close. Look, this is where you say to yourself, do I stop taking this up now? In fact, this now is where you say, right, well, if I get a 5-minute signal down, this might be a good trade to the downside, right? Because that 8 hour has done its job. It's took price on the 4 hour to the 4 hour orange line. Okay? So this now, and in fact it does, and I'll tell you something about it when we get there. I just want to see a 5-minute signal first. There you go, you get a 5-minute signal there. Oh, it disappeared, but let's have a look where we are. What are we on? 70. It could go up a little bit more. Come on, give us a signal. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Again, look, oh, it's just come back to the orange line and bang up. And you're through the BB bands now. This is going to go down in a minute, guys, and I know it goes down because I traded it. And I'll tell you something about it in a minute as well. Let's get as near to it as we can and get the signal. God, I want the signal. Right, it shot up again, but look, you're getting a signal now here. You get it on the Heikin-Ashi as well, 15-minute signal. Step 2, analyse the charts. You threw the BB bands on 1 hour. The 8 hour signal's done its job, it's took price to the 4 hour. This is a trade. This is a trade here down. Okay, I think it might just spike up a little bit against you, but that's, you know, I've said before about that, and it's why I have a sensible 15 pip stop loss, because if I was in this trade, right, then it's not going to stop me out. Okay, just etch on a bit. God, I'm getting right near the end, guys. I hope. Just show it. There you go. You see, this trade actually went down, guys. Well, you can see there it's 11 pips at the moment. I think it went 12 pips. Then we had a little bounce again back up, and then it carried on down, right? And that trade, based on, you know, this, you're reading the analysis here, doing the analysis, right, knowing that that signal there has done its job, you would say was a number 2. Okay, because the 8 hour signal has done its job. It's took price to the 4 hour orange line. So the 8 hour signal, the 4 hour signal, they are now gone. You just say they're gone, and you've got a number 2 in play. Okay, with the trend. And the second move, there was a move here for about, as I say, 12 pips, and then it bounces a little bit, but the second move went 38 pips. It came all the way down from here, so you see just above this on the 15-minute chart, to 40 there. Okay, as a number 2. So guys, that, you know, that's how I read the charts. That's what I think now some people in the room need to do. That you know, look at that plan, look at the plot, and analyze the 1 and 4s as part of your procedure. Always look for the 5-minute signal first, right? Okay, then you know, go through it. Look, you get a 5-minute signal, right? Yellows are best, they are, without a doubt. I've seen the yellows, and I am well impressed with them. Number 2, analyse 1 and 4 charts. And again, I've just shown you there in great detail, right, when to consider that a signal has done its job. You know, you tend to find that the 1 and 4s are generally against the trend. So when you get them signals done and the trend trades kick in, you know, you get more pips with the trends. But the 1 and 4s, you know, if you're reading them correctly, like the 4 hour takes price to the 1 hour orange line, the 8 hour takes price to the 4 hour orange line, you know, once you understand this and can work that out for yourself, then you're going to have no problems whatsoever. Okay, as I say, it's if you just follow this step-by-step plan, then you know you're doing the same thing every day. Okay, you're doing the same thing every day. You're not listening, not getting sidetracked by whatever people are talking about in the room. You know, you're actually just following a procedure. Okay. So I hope, seriously hope that, you know, that's been of help to you guys. And basically Thursday and Friday there wasn't a lot, you know, of momentum. They were for the most part, certainly where the Thursday, the first recording, was concerned, it was a ranging market. But even though it was a ranging market, even so, it's like, you know, if you stuck to the golden ticket and you sort of like worked out what kind of trade they were, you know, you still would have made a lot of money. Okay, a lot of pips, whatever. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'll do another video at some point when we've got some, you know, really high volume days, and you know, we'll go over this again, this step-by-step plan. But look at it, guys, look at it. Follow Kev Anthony, Jerry, Rocky, you know, just get this, get that procedure, that plan, you know, record, put it on your wall or something, and just say, right, you know, I'll follow this step by step now, and obviously you'll see that it's easier. You'll be able to learn how to you know, analyze the charts properly, and you will stop overthinking things. And I think a lot of the time hesitation, you know, comes from overthinking things, and it's not good hesitation. Alright guys, so I think that'll do for now, and we'll as I say, we'll discuss this at some point next week. Alright.